Welcome back. Before I start solving puzzles or trying to solve puzzles, I just wanted to say, what was really discouraging this morning was when I saw a forum post on chess.com to the effect that somebody was asking the question, how far could they expect to get without studying any openings or tactics or endgames? And they said in this forum post that they play 10-minute rapid games for fun, and they're wondering if they should start studying at some point. And I checked their rating, and they're 1600 rapid. And that was discouraging because I feel like I've studied a lot, and I'm 1200 rapid. So, but I'm gonna keep trying. I don't know if this person was humble bragging or whatever you call it, but it was pretty special. I think that's checkmate. I'm just going to do that. Wow. Okay. That's my highest ever puzzle rating. So I feel a little better now. But that might have been a new puzzle. It says it's rated 1800. That doesn't seem like it should be rated 1800. I'm going to rate that simple, give it the theme simple, and made in one. Next. Too bad they're not all that simple. Okay. We do not have a made in one here because the bishop is guarding that square. Is there a way to get rid of that bishop? I don't. That still might be the answer. Let me follow this out. Because if the bishop captures, which it would have to, because the king doesn't have any legal moves at that point, that would be covered by the queen. That would be covered by the knight. That's covered by the knight. So the bishop would have to retake if I checked here. And if it did, I could check again with my pawn, guarded by the knight, and the king would have to move there. And I think that would be made, trying to keep my colors consistent. I think that's made. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Now that puzzle said it was made. It's rated 2252, and the theme is already in place. So. Wow. And that puzzle only has a 60% pass rate. And the target time was 39 seconds. I think I got it close to that, which is why I got 14 points, or 12 points. But as easy as those two seemed to me now, that makes me more and more hesitant to keep going. But I'm going to click next. What have we here? Looks like I am down a full piece. My opponent has a bishop that I do not have. My opponent... They're getting close, but I don't think they're any closer to mate than I am because that's not a protected check. But I do have some checks. I don't think that one's not any good. I don't think, because the rook captures back. The queen captures back, and I just lose a queen, and I don't think there's any way to come back from that. Although I could get two rooks for... No, I was going to say two rooks for a queen, but it's not. Because if I capture there and they capture back, I can get this rook here, but they capture back there too. What can I do? I have another check this way, but then the king just moves forward. Or the rook captures. Probably the rook would capture if I checked on e1. Rook, yeah, rook to e1 check. I think the rook would just capture, and I don't have anything there. I could take the rook first, but again, they capture back with the bishop. And even though then I would know... Wait. Yeah, I would no longer be down a piece, but I would be down an exchange. Because they would have 2 minor pieces for a rook. Yeah, I would still be down a piece, but I don't know. I might be saying those wrong. But I would have gained 2 points of material with that trade, but I don't think that's it. Based on where my rooks and queen are, I think there's got to be a mate threat here. I just don't know what it is. Now, I did notice I can move my knight here because this pawn is pinned. Pawn is pinned because of my queen. And that, if I move my knight to f4, that threatens their queen, which would then need to move. Where would it move is a question. Can it move somewhere that still protects this rook? Because then from there my knight would be guarding the king's escape square, and I would still be threatening this mate. So that's a good question. I'm wondering, that might be my move. Knight to f3, threatening the queen. Can the queen move anywhere that protects that rook? I mean, it could give a check, but I would just take. So I don't think that's it. If it moved back to any of these squares to try to take the rook, I would win the queen either here or there or wherever. I don't think if it moved here to try to protect the rook, I would capture it. If it moved here, now remember, I've moved my knight here, and if it moved there to try to protect the rook, that would be something, because it would be protected by the knight. Also, if I moved here, couldn't the opponent just move this pawn up? And then if I took the queen, they would take my queen? That's, I don't know. Okay, well, those first two were definitely easier than this for me. What if I take the rook and they take back? I don't have anything, right? I'm going to try the knight move. Because that's not any better, right? Because there that's just a trade of 2 pieces. Bishop for a knight. I don't think that's it. Here, they can't take immediately, but I'm going to pause and think about it. Okay, I did see something else. If I do try knight to f4, and they try to block with the pawn, I can move my queen to h3, threatening mate, because both my queen and rook would be pointing at that square. And if they then just did something like capture my knight with the pawn at that point, then that would be checkmate. So I think they would have to then do something else to guard against that mate. I don't know what it would be. But if I did this and they moved their queen over, then that's not a mate threat anymore, because their queen would be guarding the g2 square. So the queen moving over might be the better defense for them. And then if I took their queen and they took back with their knight, then my knight's hanging. I have to do something with it. I'm not sure. I've spent too much time on this one already. I'm just going to try that. That was it, and they went all the way back there. I honestly, after calculation, had assumed they would go here. But they went back there. So something else is up now. Can I check here now? Yeah, I didn't expect that queen move, so my calculations, I made this move out of not knowing what else to do. If I check here, they can move the king forward, and then I don't have anything? Or then I could come back and check, but that doesn't make any sense, does it? And if I move my queen anywhere while leaving this knight here, then that's bad. And I now can't move my queen there to threaten mate because of the queen and also the pawn threatening the knight now. And again, the queen is still guarding the rook. And if I try something like checking here, the knight captures that, right? What if I check here and the king comes up and then I check with this rook? I don't know if that's any good. But I've already spent too much time on it, and this puzzle is befuddling me. That was right too. Okay, so does that mean that the rook is right? Because it doesn't make sense to go back here and check, then we're just repeating moves. At that point, the king could just move away, but I win the queen. So the queen might capture, and then I would capture with my knight. And then they would capture with the king. Or wait. Oh no, I was going to suggest moving here for a check, but then the king just takes my knight. That's not good. Right now the knight's protected. Queen's not in danger immediately. I like that. But I don't know if it's good. And I also know that if I move this rook anywhere and I'm not continuously checking, then I'm in danger of being checkmated down here. Well, not as long as my queen's on this diagonal. Okay. I'm going to do the rook move. Again, because I don't see anything better. I can't take the knight right now. It's defended. My knight has made a couple of moves, so it's no longer over here threatening this rook. I can't say do this because the knight is still guarding that spot, so I'm going to do that. That was right too. Okay, well, so I've got good instincts. And now take with the... Surely after all this, my instincts aren't going to carry me that far, are they? And then at the end I win that rook? Is that it? Okay, I'm going to do it. Holy cow. That one was rated 2125, which is lower than the last puzzle. I'm not sure about that. I was in doubt on this one the whole way. I just never, on each move, I just couldn't find anything better. Suggest theme. I have no idea what the theme would be on that one. But I am going to... Oh, no. Nope, I'm stopping. I got 3 in a row on this session. I'm done. Thank you for watching. I'm going to try not to think about that forum post I mentioned in the opening where the player has reached 1600 rapid without even trying and wonders if he should start studying now. Because, yeah, that one made me feel pretty useless, and so I'm going to try not to think about that, but clearly it's on my mind. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.